Have you ever noticed how some people make quick, flawless decisions while you're stuck second guessing everything? See, it's not about talent, it's about filtering the noise and focusing on what matters. And that's why in this video, I'm going to show you 3 simple principles based on Blue Lock's MetaVision that I've used to help myself and others beat analysis paralysis and make choices that you'll actually trust. To start, imagine if you could instantly cut through all the noise and useless info and zero in on what actually moves the needle, saving yourself hours of brain power every single day. Imagine a pro soccer player in the middle of a heated match. They're not tracking every single blade of grass or every fan that's in the stands. Instead, their focus locks onto what matters: the ball, their teammates' positions, and the next big opening. In the anime Blue Lock, this skill is called MetaVision. It's basically the art of filtering out the chaos and highlighting just the critical info, something players like Isagi has down to a science. While amateurs get lost in the mess, elite players are able to keep their mental spotlight on the action, letting everything else just fade into the background. And the best part, this isn't just for athletes or anime heroes, it's a superpower that you can use too. So, how do you train your brain to filter out information just like a pro? Well, first, before you make a decision, big or small, jot down the 3 things that truly matter for what you want. Second, set a timer for 5 minutes and focus only on those 3 things. Ignore everything else. Then third, I want you to make your choice based on those factors. Then move forward. Don't second guess yourself. For example, let's say you're picking where to eat for lunch. Instead of just drowning in reviews, just pick your top 3 must-haves. Maybe that's price, the speed and convenience, and taste. I want you to check those and then make a decision. Done. That's it. This process forces your mind to think like an elite player. It forces it to be sharp, focused, and effective. No more just getting lost out in the weeds. Well, now that you know how to filter out the noise, let's talk about how to organize the important stuff so you can make these decisions even faster. Now, honestly, here's where most people trip up. They try to tackle every decision starting from scratch, burning out their brain power. When you build the right mental frameworks, even tough choices start to feel automatic. In Blue Lock, players with MetaVision don't just see a chaotic field, they break it down into a system that they can understand. Isagi and Ryo, for example, can instantly map out where everyone is and what might happen next, because they've allowed their minds to turn chaos into clear, repeatable patterns. It's kind of like using a GPS in a new city. Instead of staring at a paper map and getting lost in millions of streets that you don't know, the GPS instantly filters out the noise and shows you the smartest and quickest route. That's what mental frameworks do. They cut through complexity and highlight your best next move. So, how do you build these mental frameworks for your own decisions? Well, if you're an overthinker like me, here's a simple way to bring order to your own mental chaos. First, I want you to list out your most common decision types, let's say. Maybe it's your career moves, here's your relationships, or for all of us, money, right? Second, for each one, I want you to set up a quick 3-question filter, asking what's the best possible outcome, what's the worst thing that could happen, and does this fit with my core values? Third, I want you to try this on a small choice first, like whether to say yes or no to a social invite. Ask yourself, could this be fun? What's the downside? Or does it fit with what I want to do right now? Practice on the little things and then level up to the bigger, more important decisions. With this simple filter, you'll stop second guessing and start making confident calls. No more starting from scratch every single time. But even with great frameworks, there's one last trap: getting stuck in endless self-doubt. Now, if you watch any MetaVision user in Blue Lock, you'll notice something pretty fascinating: that they don't hesitate. Isagi, for example, blends his sharp analysis with fast instincts he picked up from Hiyori, pulling off plays that nobody without MetaVision really can even see. And that's because these players trust their gut, making split-second calls after training themselves to spot patterns and to act. No freezing and no second guessing. It's kind of like learning how to drive. At first, you overthink everything. How to adjust your mirrors, using your signals, which pedal does what. But after enough practice, you just get in the car and just drive. And that's because your brain already knows what to do and you barely have to think about it anymore. These players have built that same trust in their own decisions so they can act fast and win big without overthinking everything. So, how do you build this kind of superpower without years of special training? Well, first, for the next week, I want you to make small choices, like what to eat, which playlist to play, or what to wear, in under 10 seconds. Just go with your first gut feeling and don't second guess yourself. Second, I want you to jot down how happy or satisfied you are with these snap decisions compared to ones that you overanalyze and agonize over. Once you see that your quick picks are usually just as good or maybe even better, start using this 10-second rule for a little bit bigger choices, like maybe which project to tackle first or where to go for a night out. You'll be amazed at how much time and mental energy that you actually save. Now, most people realize their first instinct is usually spot on because their brain has already done the heavy lifting in the background. So there's less stress, more action, and way more confidence in every decision that you make. Now you've got the tools to filter out information, build mental frameworks, and to trust your instincts. But none of that matters if you don't understand this next problem. See, if you don't know whether you naturally thrive by analyzing every single detail or by following your gut, you might be using these strategies backwards. See, some people are wired to break things down step by step, while others are built to move fast and to trust their intuition, no matter what the consequence. So if you get this wrong, you'll end up staying stuck no matter how hard you try to improve. So don't miss this next video where I'll show you how to figure out your learning style as a talented learner or an intuitive genius and how to play to your strengths. Because when you finally understand how your brain is wired, every technique you use will start working for you, not against you.